A lot of young people today are scared of getting married because of social, economic, cultural, and emotional pressure. This pressure makes marriage seem risky and overwhelming. Now, here are my 9 major points why young people are afraid to get married and the preferred solution to these challenges. I will encourage you sit back and watch this video to the end because the 9th point might just be what you need to overcome that fear. Now, sit back, grab a cup of coffee. Let's discuss as usual. The first point to look into is fear of divorce. A lot of these young men are from broken homes. They have seen so much from their relationships. They watch in movies, they see in social media, and these people have not been counseled or their mental health have not been healed. So they now come up and they are scared when you tell them marriage. It scares them more than any other thing. And they are afraid to get married. The second point is financial pressure, the cost of weddings. I won't even talk of the traditional marriage. Some men, when they hear the cost of marrying women traditionally, they just go and never return because of cost. Even after marriage, if they spend so much in marrying their partners, so what do they eat? Now, what about the children they'll bring forth? So financial pressure is also one of the reasons why young people are scared of getting married. The third point is loss of freedom and identity. When you fear that you don't want to be trapped, that marriage is going to lead you to be trapped and controlled, you want to be yourself. You don't want to sacrifice your own freedom for any other thing. You worry about satisfying yourself deeply. Because definitely when you are married, there will be a preference. Take a lot of people into consideration before taking certain actions and inactions. So you don't want anything to entangle and come in between your dreams and aspirations. You want to be free. You want to pursue your dreams. The fourth point is exposure to unhealthy relationships. You see on social media, such relationships are so toxic, scandals are attributed to it, and you get scared. You don't want to be put in that situation. You begin to imagine because you want a partner that is perfect, a partner that will not lead you to all those kind of, scandals and what you have seen on social media among celebrities and the rest. The fifth point is poor relationship skills. Some of you lack communication skills. You don't know how to communicate. Dispute resolution skills. You don't know how to sit back with your partners and discuss. You bottle it, and some of you lack emotional intelligence. You don't know when to stop. You don't know when to ask questions. You don't know how to react. You bottle up so much without talking. You can stay with your partner for 6 months. You don't communicate with each other. You're angry, you're off. You keep malice. This is a very serious reason why some of you are scared of getting married. The sixth point is unrealistic expectations. Marriage is not what you read on Meals and Boon. Marriage is not what you see on Nollywood or Hollywood. Marriage is deeper. If you expect to marry a wife after 3 children, you think you will still see her the way you married her. It's not true. A lot will change. And you have to give yourself that mindset to adjust to these changes. If you used to make out with your wife in the parlor and the kitchen, you have to adjust because children will be there. They will pop in even in your rooms when you least expect. The seventh point is general rules, confusing and conflict. Where you have to imagine your wife being the one to be the breadwinner. How will you do it? Or you yourself having to take care of the baby. These are some of the factors that fog with your mental health and makes you scared because you can't imagine yourself handling it. You cannot stand a baby spoon and all that. Then eighth point is fear of choosing the right partner. You've seen a whole lot of failed marriages and relationships. You are scared. You've seen, maybe you were born to see your mother bring in men into the house when your father is out, and you're scared. Every other woman that comes your way is like that. You grew up, you saw your neighbor who was married, even making direct advances towards you. You're scared that all women are like that. And then it leaves you with this kind of mentality that women are terrible and you're not ready to get married. The last but not the least, the fear of the unknown. You see in movies how women kill, even in reality, how women kill their husbands, how women cannot stand when things turn sour in their marriages, how women, some of them have controlling personalities that they subject their husbands to all kinds of humiliating behaviors. That scares you, and you begin to think, what if I get involved with this kind of woman? How do I go about it? Now, here are solutions on how to overcome your fears and walk over it. Marriage is a beautiful thing. I will always recommend counseling, because if you had a problem from childhood and it is retained till adult and makes your mental health drifted to one way, then there's a problem that needs to be solved. So I will always recommend that you seek counseling in most of these extreme situations. Another solution tip is relationship education and mentoring. You need to be educated on what marriage and relationship is all about, how to relate with your partner who is from a different upbringing and orientation, coming together. Look for people, pastors, counselors, people you look up to who have sustained relationships and marriages. Ask them. There is no relationship without challenges. Let them mentor you on how they overcome most of these challenges. Another important point to have in mind is to have a honest conversation before marriage. I always encourage courtship. Courtship allows you time to assess your compatibility with that person. There is no person in this life that is perfect, but is that person willing to listen? Is that person willing to adjust? Is that person really willing to shift? And you shift a little to be able to accommodate each other on your beliefs, orientations, and what you stand for. Always look up to very realistic expectations. Do not bury yourself on things that are not realistic. No, don't feel this is it. Marriage should be all. You have to be very realistic when going into a relationship or marriage. One of the points to note is that when you marry a wife today, a lot of things about that woman would change. When there are not children in between you, you'll always be the priority. But when children come, of course, that last food that is left, have in mind that your children's comfort and welfare will come first before any other person. In a very healthy and realistic relationship, choose growth over perfection. I mean, you grow into growth means learning. Every day in relationships, you learn to, when there is an argument, when your wife is irritated, learn how to keep mute, sometimes keep quiet. Learn how to leave that place so that you are not tempted out of anger to do what you regret. Learn how to grow with time and build yourself. Take mental evaluation exercises, take mentoring, go on counseling, most especially to be able to heal some of those scars and scars that have been there in your life. The last but not the least is financial planning. Look, irrespective of how wealthy you are, if you do not plan your finances properly, one day that wealth would diminish. Irrespective of how poor or uncomfortable you think you are, when you sit down with your partner and plan your resources, you find out that you will not have a need to go to your neighbor to beg for salt, because you have been able to sit together and plan. Not when your wife is planning, you're busy carrying money from the little you people have to plan to go and fund the lifestyle of his life chick, whereas you are suffering in the house with your family. These fears are not as a result of rejecting love. It's about fear of failure, loss, or uncertainty. Let me see you in the comment section. Comment, share this video, and press that like button if this video makes sense to you. Thank you.